Out. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to, my name is Terza Ekholm, and welcome to Open Office Hours. Welcome to new people and people who have been here before. I'm glad to see all of you. My mission for this Open Office Hour is to answer basic questions about AI, help you get started. And if you have more complicated questions, it's okay. You can post them in the chat or bring them up, and I will try to address them. Hang on just one moment. Address them in either future sessions or my newsletter. I have someone trying to get in. Let me go send him a quick email, and then I'll be right back. Oops. Say yes. We do that there. I put my watch on do not disturb. However, I get messages elsewhere. Hang on a second here.
Are the ones that pop up on your computer screen that you don't realize that you're connected to?
Yes, pretty much. So, all right, let's go here. It's for Paul. So, boy, my computer is kind of slow this morning. So
So am I.
Okay, you too, huh?
It's Friday. The services have decided it's go slow day. It's casual Friday.
Oh, now that's it. I like that. Okay. All right.
Well, and I love your sense of humor.
Thank you.
Okay, that should be complete. And this. I gotta find us again. Aha, okay. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and get started. The way I like to start these is just go around the room, introduce yourself, and maybe say something about where you're from or your business and what you'd like to learn about AI today. And Nancy, I'm going to start with you. I can't talk, don't worry.
That's okay. I'm Nancy Marks. I am a fused glass artist located in Southern California, and I'm trying to learn more. I'm using AI to help write the descriptions for the gift shop, and we have a tendency of having AI use the same names or part. So, like Azure blooming, Azure streaming. I mean, just it uses a lot of the same words and names, which is very frustrating. And we've made a list, but it seems to be almost impossible to get it to stop using some of those same words in the names.
Okay.
So I'm looking for help with that.
Okay, let's see what we can do. All right, Debbie, go ahead.
I am just barely getting started, but that's what I'm trying to do is get started. And I do have some questions about the difference between the portal, the Great Discovery, and then some of the other access, like OpenAI Academy. I've gotten a little bit confused about bouncing between all three. So I want to kind of clear up that confusion also.
Okay, all right. See if we can get that addressed. Okay, Fabrizio, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Fabrizio. I'm from Brazil. I am a software developer and I started using AI much more in the last months, and I really see how much I improved in my productivity. But I'm looking for using this for solving problems. I'm seeing that you really can deliver solutions more faster and creating things faster. And I really starting using this, but I know that's much more to learn. So like I said before, I find this meeting by chance, and I want to learn a few things, I hope.
Oh, excellent. Okay, thank you. Welcome. We'll see if I can get some of these addressed as we go. All right, Helen, go ahead.
Kia ora, I'm Helen Brahms. I currently live in Surprise, Arizona, and in about 10 weeks, I'll be coming to you live from Paraparaumu in New Zealand, where I'm moving back to. And how do I use AI? I'm a genealogist, so I actually use it to transcribe and translate documents. In fact, I actually had a first cousin once, second cousin, first cousin twice removed. It gets a little confusing at times, who actually had the front page of a Brazilian passport. So it translated I just uploaded the image, it translated the Portuguese and then transcribed the handwritten portions that were in there. And it's like, it was a passport from like 1920 something. So I was really impressed, and I'm putting up other documents in there and having it transcribe and translate if the translation is needed. So I'm finding it very useful for that. I'm also having a blast just brainstorming with this thing.
Yes.
I've sent Terza a couple of the responses that came back when I was brainstorming with ChatGPT. But yeah, I've got novels up the wazoo, that ideas that keep coming in, and I was completely focused on one area and it kept coming back with these suggestions, which was sort of like, oh, that would make a really good young adults book series. So let's shelve that one for now. And it even told me at one point that we needed a whiteboard to do all the to write on all the spin-offs. So
Great idea.
it was I just come up with ideas and I just get into ChatGPT and just start brainstorming, telling them who they are as the expert, and this is what we're going to be brainstorming. And we go backwards and forwards with ideas. Yes, I like that. No, I don't like that. And and backwards and forwards. And it's a lot of fun. And I go down the rabbit hole with it.
Yes.
But my
yes.
question this week for Terza was, can ChatGPT help us create passive income?
Yes. Yes. Also another excellent question.
Yes, and she replied back and said we'll probably need a year's worth of AI open offices to delve into that one.
No, you know what? I think that was a typo. I think that meant we should have our own private hour, not a whole year. I went back and read that later and I went, ah. So, yeah. All right. Teresa.
Well, I'm just here to learn. I'm Teresa Ball, and I teach sourdough classes and other classes pertaining to food, health, and lifestyle. And I just want to learn. I want to create. I would like to create some courses, and mainly for my daughters. I want to leave the legacy to them of some of the skills for cooking skills, traditional cooking skills, and lifestyle skills surrounding health.
Nice. Yes, you inspired me to begin to write a multi-part course about how to do that. And I didn't complete it yet, but you inspired me to at least start it.
Yes.
Because I think it's a fabulous idea. So thank you for being here. So Marcy. Oh, 1 second, she says.
Okay, I had a very insistent cat and I had to let her out.
Ah.
I'm Marcy Green, and I have a company called Sea Green Financial, and what we do is we get loans for small businesses, small and medium-sized businesses. They can be anywhere from if you're expanding, or you're basically sometimes even if you're starting a business, but an SBA loan, if you have some property and you want to take a loan against the property, we can help you there. All kinds of things. I'm in Southern California, actually the San Fernando Valley, and I'm a Valley girl. So
Nice.
I'm not sure what I want to learn as we go through your courses, Teresa. I think as soon as I have an aha moment, then I'll know exactly what I want to hone in on.
Okay.
But basically, everybody's saying, oh, it saves you a lot of time. Well, I've spent a lot of time trying to find out how to save time, and I haven't gotten there yet. So
okay, that's also a common theme that people run into. So I don't know if we'll get to that today, but I'll see how far we do get.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Marcy. And Paul.
Hey everyone, I'm here to support Terza. I own a golf company. We specialize in helping people putt. And I'm also a financial service associate for the last year and a half. So just kind of starting to put that out there. I don't use ChatGPT. I use another one, but they do the same thing. And I actually gave it some information and uploaded a PDF image and told it to make me a newsletter campaign post. And it pulled the stuff off the flyer that I didn't even see on there.
Yep.
And it was cool. So
Oh,
that's the
very
first
nice.
time I've put like an image type thing out there and let it kind of do its thing. So like, ooh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. Were you doing that with Gemini or with
I was doing it with Claude AI.
Claude? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just here to listen, see what's going on.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome everyone. I'm glad you're all here. And let's start. I'm going to start with Nancy, because you brought up the Azure issue with ChatGPT. Is it ChatGPT you're using?
Yeah, primarily.
Okay.
I didn't realize Claude could recognize pictures now. That was one of the things we liked about ChatGPT is I could upload a picture of the art, ask it to name it, and give it a description based as if they were an art critic or whatever character I wanted them to be at that time.
Yeah. Yeah. So yes, you can do that with Claude. You can do that with Gemini. I believe you could do that with Grok. I haven't played much with Perplexity AI or Meta AI,
Okay.
but they may be up there as well. A lot of them are, kind of egging each other on, which is really kind of
Which
fun
is great. Yeah.
and cool. So, I found ChatGPT to be kind of slow earlier. Let's see. Oh, let me share screen. If not, I will go to a different one and we'll see what we can create here. Let's move out of that. That's my Zoom screen. Let's go to ChatGPT. All right. Okay. Oh, whoops. Let's try this again. Hello, ChatGPT. Tell us how to prompt to write product descriptions for art. Would that be fair enough?
Yes, that'd be great.
Descriptions for fused glass art.
Yes.
Okay. Glass art that is appealing, concise, and non-repetitive for a large range of glass art. This is for a store, right? Or a gallery?
It's for a gift shop. Yep.
Okay, gift shop. Okay, so what I've done is I've given it some context. I've told it what to do. The context is that it's for a gift shop. The context, the thing that I want it to do is write a product description for fused glass art. And then I gave it some additional description that I want it to be appealing, concise, and non-repetitive.
I like that.
Oh, should I tell it we're going to give it pictures?
Yes.
Okay.
Can we ask it also to try and write them with SEO included
Oh, yes.
or engaged? Yeah.
Right. So what I'm doing actually, yes. Include SEO descriptions, tags. Let's see what else. And we will upload images one at a time. We're not doing that here, of course, but we're asking it to tell us how to prompt. So,
right.
One at a time. So let's see what it comes up with. And like I said, I was wondering if it was being overloaded. They have, they, meaning OpenAI, have upgraded their O3 and O1 models, including their mini models, and made that, and expanded the memory. So users who have ChatGPT Plus, they just rolled this out, have access now to more advanced prompting capabilities, more, well, more advanced chats with it, in addition to a larger set of tokens and memories. I won't go into all of that, but since they just did that, I'm imagining there's a whole bunch of people trying this right now, and so I think it's just going to be slow. So
Here's just a little tip. It's faster if you go through their desktop app than if you go through the website.
Oh, that's true. I don't have that. You're right. So, but what I'd like to do, because I'm also curious, if you guys don't mind, I want to go over to Gemini and see how it's doing. So
I like that.
for doing that, let me, it's in a different browser. Because the reason for that is I have Google Gemini, or I have a whole Google suite in my other account. So hold on a second here. So just bear with me while I go with
If you want to paste the prompt into the thing, I'll put it into the ChatGPT app and see how quickly that goes.
Let's do that. That's a great idea, Helen. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it,
Happy
Helen.
to help.
Let's do that. Thank you. Put that here. I love how we all work together to come up with something really amazing. All right, let's go to share. Share.
So Terza, one thing I don't understand is just because the lack of knowledge, all I've heard of is ChatGPT, and then other people making their own
Oh, wow.
things.
Yes,
so what's Gemini? What's these other terms you're saying? I'm very new.
Okay. Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. All right. So ChatGPT is the very first one. It's a large language model, which means, what's it? I've explained it in different ways. It allows you to converse with it using natural language. All right. So that was the very first thing, but the large language model, it gave it huge databases to work with so it could learn. It would go back and forth about learning which sets of words works, which ones don't, which are nonsense, that kind of thing. The earliest instance that you might have encountered personally and not even thought about it was right here on your phone. If you ever in the early days used predictive text.
Yes.
And you're probably used to, you see it all the time on Facebook or whatever your favorite social media platform is. You start to type something and words pop up that particular program thinks you're going to want next. That's the earlier version of an LLM. That's called the predictive text. So ChatGPT was the first to come out. It certainly wasn't the first to be made, but it was the first to be introduced to the public, and it was made by a company called OpenAI. And at the time, OpenAI was a nonprofit, OpenAI Foundation. And now it's in the process of trying to become for-profit. But in any case, ChatGPT came out on the scene. People started using it. They were having so much fun and use from it that it exploded practically overnight. It had faster, it grew faster than any other app, software, hardware, anything you can think of than anything else in the world up until this point. So that's ChatGPT. Google had been working on one in the background also for years and years. Their first version of this, an LLM, was called Bard. Like the Bard, the storytellers of old, the bards
Yes.
that walk around and sing and tell stories. So they named it Bard. That came out. That in some respects, Google was a lot more cautious than OpenAI. But in any case, they still kept moving forward. And eventually they improved what they were offering, which was quite similar, and they named it Gemini. And that turns out to be a name that works well for them and works well for us. So that's Gemini, and that's what I now have on my screen.
So Gemini comes from Google,
Yes,
and ChatGPT is just a,
it comes from OpenAI.
okay.
Okay. Now, you've heard mentioned in just in this conversation alone, Paul referenced one called Claude. Claude is another similar AI, and it's done by a company called Anthropic. So, and it works the same way. If I were to bring up Claude here, I think I can do that here. I might have to go back to the other one. Claude, whoops, Claude.ai. We should see a pretty similar screen. So it works in exactly the same way. So I'm going to, I don't know if it's going to let me do this from here, but let's see if it will.
While that's coming up, Terza, the response from ChatGPT is in the chat.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And as an FYI, the Zoom chat only has 1,000 characters limit. So I had to put it
Oh,
into
so you can't, but you could share the chat if you wanted to, I think. Oops. I apologize. Let me go with, I just wanted to quickly show you Claude because it's about the same. It's not about the same. It's a similar thing. So, plus how quickly you can verify and create an account. I'll just say personal, and we're going with the free plan. I know I went quickly, but you can use the free plan. So that same prompt you can do here. So this is yet another large language model that allows you to converse back and forth with it to get things done that you want. These have all advanced greatly, meaning for a couple of years now, we've needed to learn prompt engineering and learn very specific ways of talking to the AIs, and those are all good. Don't give those up. But in the meantime, the software behind these has been growing and expanding, and you don't have to be quite so specific unless you really want to drill down and get specific results, which is what I'm doing with Nancy. So Nancy already tried some prompts to help her create product descriptions for her store, her gift shop. And all I've done is taken it and made an attempt to refine it. So we're going to go back over to Gemini, and I'm going to go ahead and type in, because I haven't seen what Helen posted yet. I can't see the chat without tapping into it. You don't actually necessarily have to say hello unless you want to. I just like to, I did read recently that Sam Altman, who's the CEO of OpenAI, said, oh, this please and thank you that people are doing is using up so much compute power. But that's kind of
Sorry.
how
I saw that too.
yeah.
Using up so much what power?
I'll just say compute power.
Oh.
Yeah, because it has to process each word or chunks of words in order to respond back to you. And yet so many people feel it's important to say please and thank you just generally. Although some will talk about weird, yeah, I'm one, yeah. So I think I'll still do it anyway.
It's ingrained. I can't stop it.
Exactly. All right, so Gemini is coming back and saying, hello, crafting compelling product. There's a word I didn't use, but it came back with. So this is a clue about how to write the prompt next time. Crafting compelling product descriptions for your diverse fused glass art collection sounds like a fun challenge. Let's break down how to create appealing, concise, and non-repetitive descriptions along with SEO elements. So what I asked it was to tell me how to get what I want out of it. That's one of
great.
the things that I find really cool about the AIs now versus back when they started. So it's giving me this whole core prompt structure which I would just copy and paste then either into this, another chat of this, or ChatGPT or Claude, whichever one you like to use. Write a concise and appealing product description for a piece of fused glass art. The overall feeling or aesthetic of the piece is, and then it has here in brackets, describe the mood or style it evokes. Oh, I see. It went quite long, actually. I'm not.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, wow. Okay, but the gist of it is it's telling me how to talk to it. All right.
That's
So
great.
this piece would be ideal for someone who appreciates, mention the type of person or occasion it suits. I won't necessarily read the whole thing, but I do want to, and I bet you what Helen posted was also quite long too. Include a concise SEO title, under 60 characters, 3 to 5 relevant SEO tags. Ensure the description is non-repetitive with other fused glass descriptions and avoids overly generic phrasing. Like, it's all Azure. Okay.
Yeah.
And then it goes on to say, let's illustrate with a few examples. And it gives some examples here, small and blue-green coaster, it goes with some more examples. One big difference I will tell you between Gemini and ChatGPT. In ChatGPT, the one Helen just did, she shared what the ChatGPT response was. Helen can also go up in the upper corner of ChatGPT and say, share this chat. And then she would be able to post it, and you would be able to tap into that chat yourself. Gemini will not let me do that. So having said that, I will create a document after this and share it along with the email that I send out so that you'll have access to all these things that I'm showing you.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So now I want to go peek at what Helen put in there. Oh, okay. Wow. Something.
If you want,
Okay.
if I can share screen, then I can show it to you.
Yes. Let me stop sharing. Thank you. And I think you should be able to just share.
No, it says I can't.
Okay. Give me a moment. Oh, I'm still sharing. Duh.
And there we go.
Okay.
Okay, so this is in the app, and I just figured out where the share button was. So you guys want that
I'm
made
trying to
bigger
move my
too,
screen.
probably.
There we go. There we go.
Come on, go bigger. Ah, this one's not doing it. I have to go in. I can't make it go bigger. Look at that. I'll make text bigger. There we go.
Are you you make it go bigger in your browser? You click on view.
I'm not in the browser. I'm in the app.
Got it.
So this is the ChatGPT
Oh, that's right.
app.
That's what you were telling me. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It says make text bigger. It doesn't say zoom in or zoom out.
Okay.
So here's the prompt up here, and then it's got the whole and tells you where to insert descriptions and things. And right down the bottom, and Nancy, I sent you a private message asking if you could email me one of your images, and because it's asking for an image in here to do an example. So it's got what the description would be, and then down here, would you like me to write one as a demo using a specific fused glass piece, and can you upload the image and or give me a quick description, and I'll show you how it turns.
I will send over a picture in just a moment.
Okay.
So
what's interesting, Helen,
it was 1,802 characters. That's how I found out that the Zoom only has 1,000 characters.
Got it. I see now. Wow.
Yeah. So that's what it's got there.
It appears that both chat bots, Teresa, that's another way people call them is chat bots, have become much more chatty, willing to speak. Now, I think Teresa, you asked another question is, can you, I don't know if you asked this, but just, you can, using certain software, download a way for you to have your own version of your own chat bot on your own computer so that you keep all of your conversations private and not out on the internet.
Oh, like, is that what Helen has told me about before? Like where you sign up for the platform, like you pay monthly to get that, or is that different?
No, it's different and it's more advanced. So
Oh, is that something that you pay for in order to have that?
good question.
Or is that something anybody can do if they know how to set it up?
Yeah, it's more like that because you'll hear another word, open source. If something is open source, it means anyone may have access to it. They can download a piece of that or the whole thing, whatever the thing is, to your computer. You can mess around with it as much as you want, personalize it, customize it to you. You could then turn around and sell your customized version out in the open marketplace, or just continue using it for yourself. So open source has been around for a long time, the whole idea, but it's very exciting because you can share ideas and versions and variations with other developers. And that's why I was calling it more advanced, because there's a whole huge developer community out there that loves to do stuff like this. I'm not one of them, but no, I could be, but then that would be yet a whole nother rabbit hole. So,
So if
Okay,
I
I have
wanted
an
to,
example
go ahead, Helen.
because Nancy just sent me over one of her images, which is really cool. This is the image that she sent over up here.
Ooh, beautiful.
And here's what it's come back with.
Product description, step into a tranquil forest scene, and then the SEO blurb, 160 characters, that's right. SEO, search engine optimization, these are the things that you put kind of behind the scenes. But if you include some of these words in your description, Google search and other searches will pick this up more readily.
Don't
And
see Azure in there at all.
No.
what don't you see?
Azure's missing.
Ah,
Yes, that's true. But this one doesn't have a lot of blue in it. For some
Yeah.
reason, the more blue-green kind of pieces seem to have Azure listed a lot. It's amazing.
okay.
Yeah.
So we just ask it to rename it and take out the word Azure, but it just takes that many more steps. So this is going to be so much easier.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And I shared that link to you, so you should be able to see all of that.
Great. Thank you so
My
much.
pleasure.
Thank you, Helen.
My pleasure.
Does that help with you, Nancy, then?
Tremendously.
Yay, very good.
Yeah, thank you.
So Teresa, what did I answer your questions?
yes, I think I just had a question. So how can, if I don't want anybody to see what I'm asking or something, you said there's a way, like I can just keep my, oh, this is my personal thing that I'm working on. I don't want everybody to have resources to it. So are you saying that, like, if I just ask anything in ChatGPT, anybody can come and say, oh, this person was asking that, let's look at that, I want to see that too, or
No, not quite like that. However, the people who work at OpenAI behind the scenes with ChatGPT would have access to your chat. Now, for their purposes, they actually don't care what you, Teresa, are typing. What they care about is what the aggregate of users are typing and if there's issues that pop up that way. Nevertheless, I wouldn't go blasting all of my private company information or my private personal information over ChatGPT without realizing that some people back at OpenAI could actually read that.
okay.
Okay, so keep that in mind. Somebody asked me not too long ago if they could upload their customer spreadsheet because they wanted to get some information from it. And I told it to, yes, but mask all their names or hide their names or put in something generic like, customer A, customer B, customer C, because you want to protect your customer information as well. Same kind of thing. But you can still upload the spreadsheet after you've massaged the data a little bit to get it to analyze for you.
Okay, so really there's no way to keep it private from the OpenAI, from the people who are running the thing in the background.
Right. Right, unless you want to pay the $200 a month fee for the ChatGPT, because that's for the developers, right? And for big company, well, I shouldn't say
Oh, okay.
companies
Okay.
with money to spend. And then they don't have to worry about that as much. So I will send you, Teresa, I did a whole blog post on what the different AIs, how they approach it. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. And for anyone else who wants it, I'll just include a link in my follow-up email. Debbie.
I'd like that too, please.
Okay. Okay. I will have a note from the transcript.
If you read, when you first go into or set up either ChatGPT or Gemini, or probably Claude and all the others, if you read their information, they'll tell you, we will use some of your information. And the reason why they're using the information, because the more information they have, then the greater amount of a whole bigger amount of junk is out there for them to pick from. And
yes.
as more people use it, they've got a larger array of information that they can pull from. That's what they're doing. They're really pulling information from all other kinds of sources.
Yes.
That makes sense to you, Teresa?
What's that? Does that what?
I said, does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So, but ChatGPT or Gemini is different from just Google?
Yes, that goes to the Google headquarters.
Okay.
But Marcy, I have to do, I do confidentiality type of things in my profession. And so I have to be sure that I don't allow information out in the ethers for my clients.
Yeah. What is your profession, Debbie?
I am a chaplain.
Oh, I see.
So I cannot allow for my clients.
Well, yeah, you could probably again, change the names and the situations a little bit differently so that they really can't be recognized.
Right, right. But it's yes. But then I report to different agencies. So I have to go by certain standards of reporting.
Yeah. Well,
So-
read the standards carefully so that you better understand what
Exactly.
you can and can't do. I mean, it'd be
Yeah.
good to review that.
Yeah, I sure will. But that's my hesitancy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's valid. Yeah, Marcy, with the line of work that you're in, the business that you're in, this is also super important.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about when I go to Gemini, I don't talk about specific situations. I talk about specific products or services. I mean, when I'm using the prompts, I'm talking about what this will do for what a certain kind of loan product will do for a company. It'll help them take the pressure off of just scrounging around for money and put more emphasis on building their business and operating their business. So I'm not really discussing any particular problem because I think I would know it better than although I haven't tried it yet, but I think I will put in a situation and see what they come up with. That'd be interesting. That's
Sure
my
would.
offer today.
All right. Yeah. All right, I'm going to not quickly, I'm going to share my screen because I wanted to show you how I did a deep dive into the question earlier, a couple of weeks ago, Teresa, with Google Gemini. So all of them, I think, but I know for sure the right words. Google Gemini ChatGPT and Grok and probably Perplexity and some of the other ones you've heard bounce around here will have a feature called deep research. And so what I had done some time ago, a few weeks ago, not that long ago, this was one of their, down here you see where it says enter a prompt for Gemini. It has here highlighted in blue, deep research. You'll see that same thing available to you on ChatGPT. This is one of those things where you plug in your question, whatever it is, and you might need to go away for a few minutes because it will scour every data source that it possibly has access to answer your question. It may also give you reams of data, but at least you'll have it. One of the cool things though about that is you can say, okay, great, now give me the highlights. So remember when I told you Google wouldn't, or Gemini, I'm sorry, I keep calling it Google. Gemini wouldn't let me initially export this. Hey, hang on, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Plus I'm moving our Zoom things around.
Was Gemini
Well,
Advanced?
Copy and paste. Couldn't you just copy what they
Yes, I could. Well, it allowed me to export it to a document on my drive or my Google Drive. So what I told her,
but in the meantime, couldn't you, there's a button that would say copy. And
oh yes, yes, but it was pages of data that it came back with.
oh, I see. Okay.
So what I said was, I want to know how my personal and business data is handled by Gemini, Claude, ChatGPT, Meta, and Grok.
Oh, wow.
When I prompt for marketing campaigns, writing newsletters, email, recipes, health questions, etc., what realistic steps should I take to protect the confidentiality of my business? And
Wow, that covers a lot.
and I'd hit the word deep research, yes. So then it even gave me how it was going to, here's my plan to tackle that topic. And it gave me, this would have been kind of like asking for a more advanced prompt. I won't read the whole thing, but it will research websites, analyze the results, create a report, and ready in a few minutes. And then of course I hit the start research button. And actually true to its word, I think it was under 10 minutes. And then it gave me this document over here, which is why I still have it. Oh, Teresa, I'm sorry, just, and for anyone else who's new, over in the left side, whether it's ChatGPT or Gemini, it will save your chats. If you don't want it to, by the way, you can click the three dots and tell it to, you can't delete them in Gemini, but you can in ChatGPT.
Okay.
Pin, of course, would bring it to the top and rename it if you want to give it a different name. But my point being, let me pop out of that. All the chats I've ever had with Gemini are over here on the left. So that's why I was able to go back and figure out where I asked this question so that I could show it to you. And then, so then it did save it over here. And I'm happy to share this with you as is, or I'll share my blog post, which I made a much shorter version of the whole thing. But it's pages and pages and pages because you're right, because it covers a lot of the major chatbots. But it was very, very detailed. So
is Gemini Advanced a paid version?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay.
The reason I have Gemini Advanced, that's why I went to a different browser. With my account called theterzafactor.com, I upgraded to the Google Business subscription, which gave me access to the advanced Google Gemini. You can also create a free account with Gemini, just as you saw me do with Claude. So you can, I would say, go sign up for the free ones, play around with them, see which ones you prefer. I've heard people say they prefer Claude because Claude is more businessy. But these days,
so who is Claude and who is Grok?
So here's Claude is done by a company called Anthropic. So it's a separate company.
Okay.
Google, Gemini, as you now know, is Google. Grok, Grok, is done by a company called X.ai. And X.ai is owned by Elon Musk.
Yeah.
And furthermore, you should know Grok gets all of its data, its whole data set, from all of the users on X, also known as, formerly known as Twitter. And Elon Musk did that on purpose. He announced it to the Twitter X community, and nobody seemed to bat an eyelash, or if they did, they left the platform. But you should know then, whatever type of conversations are going on X is going to be reflected in Grok's data set. Now, having said that, Elon Musk then, or the company, I'm sorry, XAI, has been expanded to be able to use the entire internet. So,
Okay.
Grok also has the same, not same, but a similar deep research feature.
Okay.
I wanted to stop share because I want to go back to my other screen. There's a lot out there for AI. You can use AI for a lot of things. Don't get overwhelmed. I'll repeat this fact that Helen gave to me in my very first open office hour, which was that there is 2,000 plus AI tools being announced every day.
Oh
no. Most likely you could type in your search bar and say, is there an AI that does something? And that there probably is. In fact, there's a website called There's an AI for that. But that's only one. That's only one website. So don't get overwhelmed.
Yeah, there's a multitude of websites out there that do the same thing as there's an AI for that do the exact same thing. They list all of the different AI programs and everything out there. Some of them are crap and some of them are really good. And you just gotta basically weed the garden.
Yeah. And don't worry about it if probably like any other marketplace, you'll start with something and get going on it, and then somebody else will say, like me or Helen or somebody will say, oh, have you tried this? And then off you go. So Helen and I do that to each other all the time.
Yeah, I learned a new program and I sent it off to Terza. Hey, I just learned this new program tonight. Because every Monday night I attend an AI class. And so I send her updates. Hey, we learned this tonight. And she goes, oh, haven't tried that one. Oh, yeah, I know that one. That's really good.
Yes. So we just have a couple of minutes left over, but I'm happy to answer another question if somebody has one, or I didn't get to one, because I know I didn't. Okay, Helen, I know you had talked about passive income ideas. Which one of your businesses were you interested in?
Well, I just wanted to know if ChatGPT could help you create passive income businesses. It didn't necessarily need to be in genealogy. It could be in something else.
Okay.
So I've got a crap ton of stuff on the side of my, in that little list my little list goes on and on and on and on and on and on.
Okay, I don't know if you've done this, Helen. I have something similar. I've started, first of all, I go relabel the chats because sometimes I go off on tangents. So I need, let me just show you. And then I've also started recording where I've kept them. So let's do this.
Well, now ChatGPT will not just look at that chat that it's in, it will now also reference your other chats that you have had with it now too, which is awesome because when I was working through we're working through a business idea that I came up with Casey the other day, and it kept coming up with these different taglines. Now, these taglines were actually sounded like really good young adult book series titles. So I said, let's shelve that for now. Let's shelve that for now. So now I can go back to it and go create a new thing and say, okay, where are all of those young adult titles that we were talking about in this chat? Let's pull them together and let's see what we can expand on with them.
It's helping us handle our own overwhelm.
Yes, because I've got a lot of stuff that I have done with this thing. Like I'll sit down and I'll get, oh, I need to do some stuff for some greeting cards. What sayings can I put on the front of the card? You know, describe these cards to me, basically helping me create card designs, saying, you know, what should we do, blah, 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 blah. And it's actually come up with some really good ones. And so then I said, oh, hang on, we need some Mother's Day one. Give me 10 Mother's Day cards. And I go, brr. And then I go, oh, we also need to do Father's Day too. Father's Day. Brr. What else have I got? Valentine's Day. Let's do some Valentine's Day ones. So I've been going through, so I've basically been going through like all of the major holidays that we send cards for. And then I've gone to like something like nationalcalendar.com and pulled out some of the different days, like, you know, brownie days, just because day, do nothing day. But on do nothing day, you're actually doing something because you're breathing. You're not doing something.
Yes.
So yeah, so I've got like a whole stream of different greeting card ideas.
Yes. Yes. And because you create some for your clients, I know that I received cards from one of your clients, which I just love. In the back of my mind, I'm going, I wonder if Helen created this one.
More than likely, yes. If it's from one of my clients, more than likely, yes.
All right. So what Helen and I were talking about is this sidebar. Over here on this side, well, okay, there we go. Over on this side are all my chats. And these are the ones that I already had from today. I had some AI passive business ideas. You can see here, I've got my podcast promo strategy. Somebody interviewed me on his podcast a few weeks ago. Now he's announced it. So I was asking for information about that. Everything from cryptocurrency to printing services to this weird word here happens to be yet another AI software, Blotado. It's for making AI generated videos for a YouTube channel. And then just fun conversations I have with it sometimes. Facebook groups. I got tired of Netflix's recommendations for me, so I asked it for some. And then what happened, the reason I have here Netflix plus coaching plus box plus, you know, other things is because in that same chat, I kept branching off into other questions. And I thought, oh, I'm never going to find these. In spite of the fact that what Helen said was you can click search. And then I can find out where I talked about something. Whoops. Oh, up here, right. So I can say where are my blog posts or my blog post ideas. And hopefully it'll come back, and if I didn't make too much garbage along the way. Yep. So this is where I've had some of my blog post ideas. It'll take me right to that chat.
Here's, how do you find how do you find the sidebar to open it up?
It's it's this little symbol over here.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yep. So for when I start my open office hour, I close it just so I have a bigger screen. But normally when I'm not on screen,
Oh, it's a toggle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. The other thing, there's things that are over here. I haven't played much with projects, but you could actually probably confine your posts, your chats to a specific project. That would probably also help. And then the other thing is these things up here, right here, I should say, lead to GPTs, which I won't go into now because that would take a little bit more time. But this thing called library is a list of, well, it would normally be a list of all the images I've asked it to generate for me. So, like I said, it appears to be bogged down today, but this, you can see there's a little image over here because I've had it create images for me anywhere from art to what I could post in my social media, you know, to quotes, to all kinds of things.
So it can not only give you information, it can give you visuals.
Yes. And furthermore, you can give it visuals.
How would you do that? Upload it?
Yes, right here, there's this plus sign.
Oh, okay.
That's where you upload. I have been, Go High Level is a CRM. And it's the CRM that we have access to in our mastermind group. So I have literally uploaded screenshots of whatever I was doing and go in that CRM, uploaded it right here and asked ChatGPT, okay, tell me what it is I'm looking at. What is it well, tell me what I need to do next to create thus and such. So,
Wow.
so now, mind you, I'm saying that here for ChatGPT because I know ChatGPT best, but I'm pretty sure you can do that in all of the other ones too.
So if you ask it for, what can you ask it for, like free open images that you're allowed to reuse?
Oh, yes. Anything you create here, you can use.
Wow.
Now, if you ask it to create a copy of a Disney character and put it in a coffee shop, it will tell you no, for example. So it is mindful of copyrights. That being said, people have found a way to trick it. Don't do that.
No.
So just saying,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to click. The only reason I don't want to do that is because I realize it's being very slow. But its
Yeah.
image processing capabilities have expanded greatly in just the last month.
Okay, great. Wow.
So you just have to come back at different times of the day and see, when there isn't a set peak time at the moment. It's just that everybody, especially the create image thing, if you've seen people do images of themselves as action figures, oh my goodness, they're fun. Don't get me wrong. It's just that with so many people doing it, they were kind of overloading their system. So, and with that, I believe we are come up to the top of the hour. So I will, first of all, I'll stop sharing.
Those blister pack things are so much fun. We even learned how to animate them.
That's true.
So you have them actually walking out of, like, the pack bursting open and then walking forth.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. On me, it made me look too old, so I haven't posted my video. Because I uploaded a picture kind of like this, and it made it look old. And I was like, no, it's younger. So it slims everything down. I go, no, I don't want it slimmed. Although the slim one looked good, but yeah.
Right.
It was just doing weird things with it. So gotta
Yeah.
sort of learn how to tweak it.
Helen, will you still be working with everybody?
Absolutely.
Okay, when you move
I
to
have internet connection. I work remotely now, so it's not going to be any different. The hours for me will be a little different.
yeah,
Right
yeah.
now it will be 5:30 in the morning.
Oh.
On Saturday morning.
Wow.
Yeah. Because we're 19 hours ahead. So but the easy way to do it is just to subtract 5 and make it tomorrow. Instead of trying to figure out what's 19 hours from now.
subtract 5 and make it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's because they're out of daylight saving and we're in daylight saving. Yeah, there's a whole nother thing that goes with it's anywhere from for the Californians it'd be anywhere from 3, 4, or 5 hours.
Oh, my word.
Yeah.
So Fabricio, I wanted to mention you can type in your own language in any of the chat bots that we've talked about, and it will respond to you in your own language.
Really sorry because the page opened for me in Portuguese and I just typed this. I thought you was from Brazil also. It's crazy things. But I really appreciate your meeting. It was great. Your guys have a good energy and it's really nice. I really take some insights also about this data privacy. I really need the extra care about this and also this idea of asking the model to generate the prompt. I don't use it yet, but I will start to apply this in my routine. Really appreciate this time. And
Very good.
I will take care about this Portuguese, but it's my browser translation that tricked me.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So thank you all. What I will do is it won't happen today, or probably it might not even happen tomorrow, but I will process this video. Put a link to it in an email. I'll give a summary of what happened in the email, plus any other of the materials that we discussed during this session, and email it all to you. So,
Thank
okay.
you, Terza.
Thank
right.
you. Thank
Thank
you,
you all
Terza.
for coming.
Okay, and Teresa, you're going to send me the information that we talked about the other day? Okay,
Yes, I will. Yeah.
great.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Thank you, Terza.
Bye.
Thank you.